Bogota was the first city in Latin America that I visited now 8 years ago. And ever since I've had an interest and a curiosity about Medellin, the city made famous and infamous by, you already know who.
Yo soy Pablo Escobar Gaviria.
But lots of things has changed here, and I'm excited to explore this city with my camera. I'm shooting with the Rolleiflex 2.8F and Kodak Tri-X, which is a black and white film stock. I put a link in the description to where I shop my analog cameras. We took a taxi here from our hotel and asked to be dropped off in El Centro. The taxi driver noticed me and my friend Casper had camera gear with us to film, and he immediately warned us about this being a bad idea filming around here. He was very insistent and he kept repeating the risk of being robbed or getting in trouble if we filmed in downtown. Normally I wouldn't think too much about it, but the taxi driver was just so insistent that it kept us on our toes. Which is why you see me right now walking around with my camera inside my bag, only taking it up once I saw a scene I wanted to photograph. And I truly hate when YouTubers over-dramatize cities that they visit. It's distasteful and often untrue. That said, downtown Medellin felt rough, even compared to Mexico City downtown, which I've walked 1,000 times with my camera. But since I don't know the city that well, I just had to take his word for it. Maybe me and my friend was just being paranoid after our talk with the cab driver. When you walk in downtown, you also see the work of the renowned Colombian painter and sculptor, Fernando Botero.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
After our walk in downtown, we went to see Comuna 13. And Comuna 13 is the neighborhood you see here. We walked around here with a guide explaining all the murals and the graffiti and had some drinks later on.
What's the name of this?
Pues the people here say crema.
Crema.
But
Like cream.
make no sense, bro, because don't have cream.
Throughout the 80s and the 90s, Comuna 13 was considered one of the most dangerous places in Medellin. Now it's a colorful neighborhood with a lot of graffiti, culture and dance, and it's kind of a symbol of the transformation that has happened in Medellin. Everyone I interacted with in Medellin were extremely helpful and super friendly, and Comuna 13 was no exception. If you get a chance to visit Medellin, which I truly recommend by the way, make sure to pay a visit to Comuna 13, and of course also make sure to visit the more modern part of Medellin, which I haven't covered in this video, called Poblado. By the end of the tour, we took a quick portrait with the guide who helped us navigate Comuna 13. After exploring Comuna 13, we took a quick stop to the Botanique garden. And to be honest, this place wasn't too overwhelming. It was cool to see some animals and so on, but I cannot tell you why I'm wasting exposure on this lizard. It's crazy how detached from reality I can get when I'm walking around in a new city taking pictures. Had I given these photographs a single thought, I knew I would hate them. Sometimes I think we just walk around like bewildered tourists photographing whatever captures our attention. Just a 2-hour drive from Medellin is a small town called Guatapé. We drove there in a car, but once we got there we had to change to this tuk-tuk looking scooter in order to reach our hotel on top of a mountain. And as you see here, it's a very nice but bumpy road.
In the morning.
Oh, you're good?
Every day.
There's a place we can rent a boat?
Boat too, yes.
Guatapé has a man-made lake here where Pablo Escobar actually had a huge mansion. And right next to it, as you see here, a building solely dedicated to his festivities. You can only imagine the things that has went down here and the parties that were thrown. Decades ago, you would also find Pablo Escobar's personal helipad and a landing strip for his flights. You see this rock right here? It's called El Peñón de Guatapé, which means the rock of Guatapé. And according to geologists, this rock is approximately 75 million years old. And as you can see here, it's a really easy climb for a professional hiker like myself. And I also managed to take some indifferent landscape photographs with my phone that never needed to see the light of day.
So here's the checkpoint.
On our last day we just kicked back, relaxed, and then we rented some jet skis, as you see here. Thanks for watching my video in Medellin. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will return doing more kind of street photography in the more modern areas. But like and subscribe, because next week I'll have an interesting video about how to do commercial street photography. I hope you enjoyed. See you soon.